Don't be a flake. Don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Don't hesitate to say, hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe.
So real quick, I was doing a gig. I started comedy 2009. I do this gig. I started comedy October 2009. This is maybe January 2010, maybe February 2010. So I'm 3-4 months in. You know, comedy's horrible. Angel Salazar, the comedian Angel Salazar from Scarface, sees me at Caroline's. He's like, I got a gig for you. So we're gonna go. It's kind of mafia guys. We're gonna do it. Yeah. I said okay. Yeah. So we go do the gig. I suck. I open up for him. I do some joke that offends some mafia guy's wife. I had no idea that I even offended his wife. I get off stage. I could see, you could hear like a pin drop. I was bombing. I get off stage. Somebody grabs me. One of these like big mafia henchmen grabs me, puts a knife to my throat, like a full knife to my throat, and says, I quote, I'm going to cut your Adam's apple out and feed it to your mother. So I was like, okay. So he says he's going to cut my Adam's apple, feed it to my mother. With that, the owner of the place, I think the place is called Scungili's or something like that on Lefferts Boulevard in Queens. It's definitely shut down now.
Shout out to Lefferts Boulevard, Queens.
Shout out Lefferts. So
yes, I remember
this. Friday
this
night.
Is wild.
So
you put. I mean, what are you thinking in that moment?
When I was thinking at that moment, I was like, I'm going to die to be an open mic comedian. I'm going to lose my life.
Did you possibly think you could, right?
He had
because
the knife
if someone's going to do that to you, and you're not really used to that kind of experience to be treated like your body, like you don't know if it's real, if it's not, if it's a threat. You hear about these senseless acts of violence all the time. And
so so the owner of the bar, both guys' names were Carmine. The guy who held his knife to my throat was Carmine, and the guy who owned it was named Carmine because Carmine, the owner, says to Carmine, the other guy's like, Carmine, put the knife down, walk away. So Carmine, the owner, grabs me and he takes me down he takes me to what I think is his office and then moves a bookshelf, and there's a door behind the bookshelf that exits out onto the street. So I was like, okay. So I don't know what's going to happen. He's like, look, don't tell anybody about this. That guy's a wannabe. He causes problems here. He goes, what were you supposed to get paid? I said, Angel was going to give me $25. He gives me $2,000 in cash that he pulled out of his back pocket. He goes, take this. Just don't tell nobody what happened here.
Sure, because that's someone threatened to murder you. That person would go to jail.
And his whole establishment would get shut down. He's probably selling drugs out of the back of it.
Right.
So that would...
$2,000 cash.
Cash.
What are you thinking in that moment?
In that moment, I'm saying...
Should you take it? Should you not?
I'm saying at that moment, this is dirty money. I shouldn't spend it. Fast forward.
Shouldn't spend it.
Fast forward to next week.
But took it.
But I took it.
Yeah.
Fast forward next week.
Yeah,
I had about 10 new pairs of Jordans. I bought. I went
1 week
absolutely wild. I was buying.
That was some guy in a ditch for that money.
So that's Friday night. You would think like somebody be like, oh, get a knife to my throat. It's like your life will never be threatened again in comedy. It just happened. Whatever. I have a show the very next day at an outdoor barbecue. The outdoor barbecue shows are brutal. This is on Northern Boulevard in Queens. I'm doing a joke. There's a guy. Again, I suck at comedy. I still do, but this time I really suck. I'm doing a joke. This guy's got tattoos all over his head and his face. I don't know anything. I'm new. I make a joke to the guy with the tattoos on his face, like, "Oh, what are you, a kindergarten teacher?" Something stupid. With that, he starts breathing hard, starts punching himself in the face, in the chest.
Like, what is going on? He's punching himself
in the face. There was children.
He's already got face tattoos. He's made plenty of decisions in his life that weren't the right decisions.
He starts beating the crap out of himself.
Because
he's so enraged. He can't believe that somebody called out on him. So enraged. So his friends.
Yeah. Go ahead, continue. But I just run off the stage.
No, that's what I'm saying. His friends, they all look like gangbangers. His friends are gangbangers. Start backing away from him as if to say, "Look, the other guys are real hardened criminal guys. Even they're like, I don't want when Caesar gets like this, you got to step away." Right. Yeah. So he starts punching himself in the face. I put the mic. I was in the middle of a joke. It's like that's. This is like your 10th spot ever.
Yeah,
it's a backyard barbecue. I put the mic back in the stand, walk off stage left, climb over the fence, exit through the neighbor's backyard.
Because you're coming off the heels of the knife in the throat.
I'm like, what am I doing?
It's a wonder that we know each other and you're here today.
Yeah,
that you continued in comedy.
Continue to do it. My friend Joey G had put the gig together. He got me.
Joey G of Joey G. Joey G.
Joey G.
From the weddings, from the guy that tapes all the weddings?
No.
Oh, he's
no.
famous here. Okay.
Oh, no, Joey G's a comedian guy. I think he quit too, Joey G. But anyway, yeah, so I climb over in front of everyone. Like, I put the mic in the stand.
Yeah.
They said, give it up for Chris. Instead of walking out past it, I just, as if it was the way out.
You will not
climb.
go. Yeah. You wouldn't even think of even going anywhere near him.
I scaled a fence and jumped out through a neighbor. The neighbor could have had a pit bull. I didn't care in that moment. I was like, I got to get away from this guy. With that, so I leave. I'm like, that was the craziest thing. Back-to-back nights. I'm doing stand-up. I couldn't believe Friday night I almost died. Saturday I almost died. I get a call Sunday afternoon from another NYPD detective. He says, were you the comedian on stage last night around 6 o'clock? And I said, yes, I was. You know, I climbed out. I don't know if I broke some personal property. I explained the whole story. He goes, it's not about that. He goes, about 45 minutes after you left, the man you made a joke on went and murdered someone in broad daylight on the street, a random guy crossing the street. He murdered him. So people were saying that he was pissed off because of a joke you made. So part of our investigation, we want to know what the joke was.
Holy.
Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. And
holy. Hey, babe.
Holy, hey, babe. So somebody went and murdered a random stranger because I pissed them off in a comedy show. And I said, am I going to have to testify? Like, I don't want to be a part of this. They said, no. They said, we just want to know. So, you know, we're tracking things down. Basically, then I got a call maybe 3 months later when they were tying up this thing. A guy had already went back to jail. They said, yeah, what happened is, you know, there was no trial. He just pled guilty. He had just gotten out of prison a week before and was not adjusting to the freedom of the new world because he had done like 20 years. He wanted a reason to go back to prison, and you gave him that reason.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Holy, hey, babe.
All my dates, ChristyComedy.com. Outdoor shows, socially distanced.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah.
Look, I don't care if I'm Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
If I'm Bruce Lee. If I'm talking to somebody who starts hitting himself first.
Yeah.
I'm not going to engage. I'm going to hop the back fence, too.
Yeah, I mean,
that death's not on you.
As casually as I'll walk down your
Did you ever feel that death was on you? Because you shouldn't.
No, I feel terrible about it, but you know, it was like, yeah, I never felt that. I just kind of felt like I can't believe I even did comedy. I did comedy Monday at the Creek.
Could you imagine though?
Yeah.
The guy who died's family, and the police were like, a couple of minutes prior, a comedian asked him, "What are you, a kindergarten teacher with those face tattoos?"
Yeah.
And we're sorry to say that's what drove him. Yeah. to take your whoever this was out of your family.
And we're sorry.
And to this day, those people want to know who told that joke.
Who was it?
I mean, if they're watching now, do you want to say something to them?
If you guys are watching now, I really apologize. My comedy has gotten better since then. And I think it'd be safe for you and your family.
You can't blame him.
I can all but
I'm not even making a light of this. I mean, this is tragic.
If you're watching right now.
But we can laugh about it now?
We can laugh about it now, but I can guarantee you, I'm looking in the camera, whoever you are, I can guarantee you that if you come to one of my comedy shows, I am going to give you as close to 100% as I can that no one will see my comedy and then proceed to immediately murder an innocent stranger. I'm confident that my jokes will not allow someone to do that.
I thought you were going to say, I'm going to give you as much as I can, 100% off the bill.
Listen, or if you buy 2 drinks, I got the tip. I got the chicken fingers if you buy 2.
Dude, how did you stick with comedy?